Sarah figured out that by switching to Metro PCS, she gets 2 free smartphones.
Your barbecue ribs are the best.
Take the rest home with you, Sarah.
Just like she figured out that by visiting her in-laws, she doesn't have to cook for the rest of the week. You too figure it out. Get 2 free 4G LTE smartphones from top brands like Samsung and LG after instant rebate when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figure it out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included. See store or metropcs.com for details and terms and conditions.
Blog Talk Radio.
You know what time it is. Time to hang out with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, the latest scoop. From Mr. Coop, from Mr. Coop, from Mr. Coop. Hang with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, the latest scoop. From Mr. Coop, from Mr. Coop, yeah.
Welcome to the Big Scoop with Coop. I'm your host, Coop. And tonight, guys, we have another one on hand. Tonight, guys, we actually have another show on hand, guys. We have another great show that's going on today on the Big Scoop with Coop. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, this is the season finale of the show. Season finale of season 3. This is not the end of the show. So I just want to let everybody know that. Make sure you do bitwithcoop.com, and make sure, guys, you tell all your family and friends also if they're a fan of Independence Day Resurgence. Make sure they tune in right now, because my guest today is actually doing big things in the movie industry. And when I say big, I really mean big, guys. Been in different movies, been in television shows. He's done a lot. And guys, you know what? I'm gonna stop blabbing at the mouth, because you guys and them listening worldwide ready for this. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, only Mr. Nate Warren. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Wow, what an intro.
Thank you. Yes,
how's
sir.
your day going?
Oh, man, it's going great. How's your day going?
Awesome.
Now, Nate, people listening worldwide right now, they want to know, when did you first realize that you weren't coming out?
I can't remember a specific moment that I first knew. I was always like a really creative kid, very imaginative. I was always daydreaming and creating epic stories in my head, playing about yard or reenacting scenes from like television shows or films for my family. So I was always kind of like that performative kid. But I think I knew I wanted to make it a career after I saw a theater production of Little Women, which was happening at the Albuquerque Little Theater when I was in like 5th grade. And I just remember sitting on the edge of my seat and thinking, wow, these people are so awesome, like costumes, set, and they're like doing it. And I knew that, I really wanted to make that a career. And I was always so amazed that like people in television and film were actually getting paid to essentially play. That's what we do as actors, is we play. So I was always amazed by the fact that you could actually make a career out of that.
and you know what? And a lot of people have to realize that if you have a dream when you're young about doing this, you got to run with it, and it's in your head for a reason. Yeah. So I congratulate you on what you've done already, Nate. You're, like I said, you're doing big things. You started young. What was some of your favorite shows that you like watching when you were young?
Oh gosh. Oh Lord. I was a big cartoon. I watched a ton of cartoons when I was a kid. When I grew up, Friends was like a staple item when I was like a teenager. That was like what I always watched. Gosh, what else? I'm always going back to watch like Star Trek and The West Wing. Pretty big fan of that. Right now I'm watching Bloodline and House of Cards. I'll catch up on that. Oh my God, and I'm a fan of Thrones, and I just watched the finale. And holy smoke, I'm not gonna say anything, but that was a pretty epic finale.
And Nate, I missed the season finale. I'm going to watch it, but I was watching. I was in and people were blown away.
You can't do that. It'll ruin it.
Right, and that's the thing. But the thing is, people that are following them, they'll make comments something like, "Oh my gosh," but they won't say any name and they won't say what just happened. But they the finale is like one of the greatest shows that happened in Game of Thrones. You agree?
Oh my God, yeah. I had to like promise myself not to look at social media at all like episode, because I don't know. I get pretty tense about this. I'm a Game of Thrones lifer now. I can't bring myself to have it ruined, like entrenched in the whole story now.
Wow, and that's the thing. I'm gonna have to watch the finale, and Nate, I'm definitely glad to hit you up and let you know what I thought about it, because I'm hearing nothing but good things, and I'm ready to hear this, see this myself.
Right on. Well, you are gonna love it. It's insane. So much happens.
I'm to see it now. You got me hyped up. I think I'm gonna actually catch it tonight, because I actually have a DVR. I just haven't had it to watch, so I'm definitely gonna watch it. Nate, did you have any mentors? Oh yeah. Did you have any mentors that was helping you in the movie and television industry?
Yeah, countless people. I've had so many mentors, and I also I try to learn anything that I can from everyone in the industry, whether colleagues or directors, writers, producers, casting directors. You try to really learn as much as you can from anybody. And I do have one mentor that is based here in LA, and she's fantastic. Her name is Alice Travers, and she calls herself the actor's advocate, and she totally is. Like, she's all about actors. And the funny thing is, she's never been an actress. She's never been an acting coach, so she kind of has that separation. And what she does is she really helps to inspire and motivate actors, and especially when you get beaten down day in and day out, and kind of just struggling with what to do next, or how to take control of your career. She really, like, I don't know, she gives you, like, tools necessary to take that power back, to go one more under the breach. So, but I'm also really lucky. I have a good group of friends here, you know, and all over the country that, you know, we kind of help support each other and give each other feedback and create together. So, yeah, I guess I kind of consider, you know, everyone in the industry I need to be like an opportunity to learn and grow. So,
that's not like, that means like you don't really know what's going on in the movie industry. It can hurt you if you don't have someone to say, no, you don't want to go that direction, go this way. And I believe this right here will help you out more in your career, or do it better, like, do it like this. I think have more mentoring, coaching like that, and or even the people to just say, you know what, you did a great job, continue to do what you do. You know, that right there will help you a lot in this industry. And I mean, this industry is full of sharks, and I'm not going to lie, I know it is. And it's to the point where if you're in there by yourself, you feel like you're alone. So, Nate, I'm glad that you actually have someone that's actually, you know, that's there that actually got your back. So, congratulations on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you really do have to be careful about, you know, who you trust, you know, with your training or with your career. You know, you should always be doing your research and always, you know, constantly staying up to date on what's happening in the industry because, yeah, you're right. There can be, you know, there are some people out there that don't have your best interest in mind. They have theirs in mind. So it's really crucial to be aware and careful about who you trust. But, yeah, I've been really lucky to, you know, work with fantastic people in the past. So, yeah.
Nice, very nice. Now, for the people that's listening worldwide right now and they are just getting introduced to you or your fans that are listening right now on Amazon.
I might have lost you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I don't know if it's me.
I'm not sure what happened, but what I was saying to the fan, I was saying you let your fans know exactly how you felt, how excited were you when you actually rose on the television show, like Longmire and Manhattan.
God, yeah.
These shows out there.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously super exciting because I went to school for theater and I studied mostly acting and music and stuff. And, you know, I signed with my agent kind of later in college, so I was still fairly new to the film and television industry. And Longmire was probably one of the first things I booked. And it was so cool to book that because it was one of the first professional projects that I was able to work on. And that's always just exciting to get your first gig. It's kind of nerve-wracking, but I mean, you know, to gain traction in the industry and, you know, on a popular show like Longmire, which, you know, is I think now in its 5th season. And that it was great. It was such a fun experience. And Manhattan, I was not expecting to get, you know, multiple episodes on that show. And when it happened, I was just totally surprised. So things just kind of started cannonballing after that. And eventually I was able to book the Amazon pilot of Edge, which to date has probably been my favorite role thus far, just because of its size. It actually intended, the show wasn't eventually picked up, but it was intended to be a recurring role. And for a New Mexico actor, which I was at the time, that's where I'm from originally, it was kind of a big deal to get that type of a role, play the younger brother of the title character who is played by Max Martini, and, you know, working with Ryan Quanten and Shane Black, our director. It was just, man, it was so cool, that whole experience.
And that's the exciting part, you know, when you get a role where you know that you can fit in and you know that you can, and those are the ones where you come in with like 250,000% confidence, where you feel that's the thing.
Definitely.
And I believe.
I might have lost you.
Okay, I'm sorry, can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, technology.
Hey, I understand. I definitely understand. But I was trying to what I was saying as far as it goes about role. Tell everyone about the movie Space Between, or The Space Between. Tell everybody what that's actually about. And
so it's a really awesome, touching story. It's about a young kid who is born in space and is growing up on Mars, and has been in contact with a young girl on Earth, who they sort of start, you know, growing this friendship. And he has always wanted to meet his father and go to Earth and experience it because, you know, he's on Mars with a bunch of scientists. You know, he's kind of isolate there, so he's always dreamt of going to Earth and finding his father and meeting this girl that he's been kind of pen paling with, essentially. And so it's kind of this course of events that gets him there to Earth, and stuff happens. It's about, you know, you got your drama, your rom-com. Space is always awesome. But yeah, it's going to be a great movie. It looks great. I saw the trailer and it looks like it's going to be really awesome. It was a really cool experience. I was able to work with Britt Robertson in a brief scene, who she plays Tulsa, the young girl. And man, she's so funny and peppy and charming and super ultra talented. But yeah, it's great. I think it's going to be coming out in December.
I think I lost you again, Nate.
Oh, there we are.
Okay. I'm not sure what's going on. on, but I got you back. So how did you find out about that?
Oh, yeah. What did you hear last?
I didn't. I just heard it was coming out in December.
Oh, yeah. It's coming out in December. I think towards the holidays, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I would definitely check it out. It's going to be, it's very touching and funny, and, you know, you have your love interest, and it's all about teenage angst and, you know, finding your place in the universe. So I definitely recommend that people go out and check it out.
Or if it's the technology or what's going on. But how did you find out about?
So basically, most things come through my agent. So she usually gets some breakdowns of, when a project comes, at least through New Mexico, she'll get the breakdown of what projects are coming and what roles might be right for me. And sometimes, you'll get, casting as an idea of who they want to. Sometimes your agent likes you for roles that either you or they feel are good for you. So I actually found out about from her. And went in, you usually go in for an initial audition, and depending on how that goes, you come back in for a series of callbacks, and then from there you get it or you don't.
Were you nervous when you actually went out for it?
Not really. No, I mean, I actually, maybe I'm weird, but I kind of like auditioning. I'm still at that point where I do go in for like initial audition, and I kind of just enjoy it. It's like my chance to work, my chance to show them what I got. And in my callback, I was even happier because I had our director Peter Chelsom in the callback, and he just likes to work with actors. He's really for and about actors, so he's throwing you feedback and asking you to try this way and then that way, and then finding moments where he's like, that was really good. I liked that. I hadn't thought about that before. That was a different way of thinking about that. So I really enjoyed the audition process.
Nice. I'm the same way. I've been in 2 movies, getting ready for my 3rd soon. 2 short,
congrats.
basically. Thank you very much. And I'm the same way. When it comes to auditioning, it's like you're trying to show people, hey, look what I can do. And that's what auditioning is, baby. It's showing people what you can do. And you get out there and you show the reason why you bust your butt every day to get to an audition, to do what you can to grow as an actor. And did I lose you again, Nate?
Oh, just for a second.
Oh, okay.
I must be sitting under a cloud of, disruption. I have no idea.
Oh, wow. Yes, and that's what I was just saying. Basically, when you come in as a seasoned, and if you treat yourself and say to yourself, you are a seasoned actor, you can get this performance. And you go in there and you're laid back and cool about it, and in your head, I believe you got better chances of doing it, because the people that watch you audition, they can see the nervousness in you if you show it.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, you have to. That's part of being a professional actor, is you have to have the confidence to walk into a room and really know what you're doing, and be able to take direction and be able to take more redirection and really make the part your own, because there's the easy choice, the topical choice that a lot of people will make, and then there's the choice that's interesting or edgy or maybe risky or something that sets you apart, and you have to be confident in that, and like I said, really know what you're doing, and really have the training and the tools available to yourself, so that when you get into the room, you're not distracted by things like nerves or however many people are in the room, or are you okay with what you're wearing? You really have to kind of do that research beforehand, so that when you get to the room, you can just work. You don't have to worry about external factors like that.
What is it, 20 years in the making? This should have been out. I mean, since part 1 was great, and now part 2 is out. And tell everyone about the character of Marley Sullivan.
Oh, Marley, God rest his soul. Unfortunately, he perished on the cutting room floor. It's one of those things, and the story really needs telling, and sometimes the most effective storytelling to complete that vision means that certain material needs trimming. And unfortunately, Marley's scenes happen to be some of the material, but it's such a huge cast, and so much is happening in the sequel. I know they had so much more footage than they had screen time. But Marley himself, he's an Area 51 weapons tech officer who is basically a part of a team that researches and implements and utilizes the human-alien hybrid technology for the defensive purposes of Earth, as a part of the section that the government created called Earth Space Defense. And in the film, he reported mostly to General Adams, who's played by Bill Fichtner, in the command center of Area 51. So who knows? Maybe he'll appear in the extended cut.
Exactly. So how was the atmosphere? Where people couldn't see on the camera.
The atmosphere was, it was such a blast. Honestly, the moment I got to set, just being on set alone was such a surreal experience because I was a huge fan of the first film. I loved it, and the cast, and at the time, the insane visual effects that they had going on. And you get on set and you're in Area 51. You're just absorbed into this world that's already been created for you. And the cast and crew really they made it that much better. They're so professional and everybody was working so hard on the film. But we all somehow had a chance to chill backstage and just have fun. I sang show tunes with Jeff and the rest of the actors in the scenes backstage. I think the director, Roland, had to tell us to quiet down at one point. We just told stories and jokes, and people were dancing and listening to music, because you try to keep the energy going and light so that you can stay in there. And, it was such a cool experience. I think my phone has it out for us.
Oh, wow. What I was asking, did Will Smith ever show up behind the scenes to actually see any of this shooting of the sequel?
Not that I know of. He definitely wasn't there when we were shooting. He didn't come back for various reasons, but, and he was definitely one of the most beloved characters from the original. And that would have been awesome if he showed up or could have been a part of the project, but, various things come up and schedules and agreements and, for whatever reason, he wasn't able to be a part of the project. But no, he wasn't there. But we got, Jeff came back. We had the introduction of Bill Fichtner's character and Sayla's character playing the president. Patrick St. Esprit, he also joined in. You have so many people coming back that it almost wasn't a bummer because you were able to hang out with Jeff backstage and see some of the original characters like Brent Spiner. So it was kind of a bummer, but it was still cool because the cast is awesome.
That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen that's listening worldwide right now, make sure you go check out Independence Day Resurgence. You have to see this movie. The amount of hours and time they put into this movie is well worth watching. Yeah,
it's intense. They were not lying when they said that everything is bigger in this film.
Talking about exactly. Now, Nate, for all your fans who's listening and for the people that's new to you right now, how can people find you on social media?
Yeah, so I do Twitter and Instagram. Both of them are the same handle. It's just @VNateWarren for anyone who wants to follow my shenanigans.
Exactly, guys. Make sure you go follow him on social media. And this is a great guy. Nate, he's doing big things. He's not finished in the movie industry. Nowhere close to being finished in the movie industry, guys. Make sure you follow him and know what's going on. And Nate, here's a personal question I have for you myself. If there's I say there will be a part 3 of Independence Day, would you actually return if you had a chance?
Hands down, 100% yes.
Wow. Maybe I'll see you on part 3 also. Producers, cast, going to bring me and Nate up there. That's what I'm talking about. Now, Nate, what is your ultimate goal as an actor?
My ultimate goal is I really just want to do great work. I want to be able to honor the great characters and the stories that are written that, reach people and provoke thoughts or, elicit any type of reaction from a viewer. Because after all, we're all storytellers, and I think the point of this type of entertainment, like film and television, theater, is to investigate really the human experience and, how we all relate to each other and connect. And, film and TV and theater allows us to kind of explore that. And I just really hope that, my performances can move other people or make them think about something deeper in the way that other people's performances have moved me. So I just really hope that, at the end of my days, that I will have done a good job and done the roles and the characters, the honor and the respect.
Well, I think you've actually already started on that road already, Nate. You have our honor and respect. You have the people that are listening worldwide right now, honor and respect, and your work shows. So I just want to say once again,
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. And make sure you continue to stay on that positive path because, like I said, there's big things for you that's coming, and I do believe that. So I want to say congratulations.
Thank you, and you too. Got to listen to your own advice as well.
Hey, thank you. Yes. Now, what advice would you give any male or female that wants to actually become an actor or actress in the movie or television industry?
Ooh, I would probably sit them down and have an intervention. I would probably tell them that this is one of the most difficult careers to pursue and that it takes a really tough skin and a steely resolve to keep going day after day. But it can be really worth it. I think it's important to really investigate the whys. Like, why would you want to do this for a career? The why is really important, as well as defining what success and what successful means to them, because it's different for everybody. Because I think that's one of the toughest things about the industry is that the disappointment or it's hard to face rejection, and it's a tough industry. It can really beat you down. So learning to define what is most important to you, what truly makes you happy, is really important in staying the course and staying strong and resilient. And of course, training and learning as much about the different facets of the industry, behind the scenes, producing, writing, crewing. It's important to really understand how a set functions and how production is made, from pre-production to post-production and distribution. It's really important to just be knowledgeable and keeping up to date on the trends and the power players and the who's who, and constantly watching, film and television and theater and performance and supporting them. And, because, creation, that's what we're here to create art. We're here to collaborate and to work together and to support each other. So to constantly create is important. Because, once you apply pressure, you have to keep applying pressure to the industry, and eventually it'll give. But also I think it's important to just live your life and enjoy it, have experiences, meet people, travel. I mean, that's where your best research as an actor is going to come from, is from your life experiences and what you can bring to the role and to the story. So it's easy to get caught up in the entertainment industry and the business and hustling and getting your career going. It's easy to forget to just live your life and enjoy it and be with your friends and family and experience, the gift that, we're all given. So
that's advice that everyone needs to take in. Actually, believe it or not, Nate, that's advice that people can actually use that's even outside of the movie and television industry. So I want to say thank you for that. That was very deep. Ladies and gentlemen worldwide, once again, make sure you follow Nate on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you go check out Independence Day Resurgence. Make sure you check out all his movies that he's got going on right now and his television shows. Check him out, guys, and make sure you follow him, because I'm telling you, everything he's doing right now can turn into the next big thing. So make sure, guys, you follow him. Nate, I know you're a busy guy, and I want to say thank you again for coming on the show, and I would love to have you back on the show in the future.
And thank you so much for letting me be here and asking so many awesome questions, having a nice chat. Sorry about the connection issues.
Hey, don't worry about that. Everybody enjoyed it. I enjoyed it myself. So we'll definitely have you back on the show again, Nate. I'll be watching Independence Day, and I will be following you on social media. Thank you. All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, once again, that was Nate Warren. And until next time, people, on the Big Scoop with Coop.
Record better audio anywhere with Motive digital microphones from Shure. Easy-to-use options like the MV88 plug directly into your phone or computer and include a free app. Create studio-quality sound for podcasts, music, and videos. Visit Shure.com to learn more.
Sarah figured out that by switching to Metro PCS, she gets 2 free smartphones.
Your barbecue ribs are the best.
Take the rest home with you, Sarah.
Just like she figured out that by visiting her in-laws, she doesn't have to cook for the rest of the week. You too figure it out. Get 2 free 4G LTE smartphones from top brands like Samsung and LG after instant rebate when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figure it out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included. See store or metropcs.com for details and terms and conditions.